Hey, Raider Nation. What's good, fam? Buckle up, because we got a bombshell brewing in Las Vegas that could shake the foundation of our beloved Raiders. The offseason's already been wild, but whispers in the front office hint at something massive. A move so bold it could redefine our franchise for the next decade. Are you ready for this? Picture this. The Raiders just pulled off a slick trade for Geno Smith, a veteran QB with the grit to battle in the AFC West. But here's the kicker. Word on the street is they're not stopping there. With the 6th overall pick in the draft staring them down, the Silver and Black might be plotting a jaw-dropping surprise to lock in their quarterback of the future. Could this be the moment we've all been waiting for? Stick with me, because we're diving deep into this roller coaster of Raiders news. From Geno's arrival to a potential blockbuster trade, I'm breaking it all down with the passion only a true Raiders fan can bring. Let's get into it, because this could be the spark that lights up Allegiant Stadium. Raider Nation, let's set the scene. The offseason kicked off with a bang when the Las Vegas Raiders snagged Geno Smith in a trade, sending a 3rd-round pick to secure a QB who's proven he can sling it. At 33, Geno's got the experience. Last season with the Seahawks, he threw for over 3,600 yards and 20 touchdowns. That's the kind of firepower we've been craving. But here's where it gets real. Geno's no spring chicken. He's had his share of injuries, and while he's a solid short-term fix, he's not the guy to carry the Raiders into the 2030s. The front office knows this, and they're already scheming. With Aiden O'Connell still in the mix as a backup, it's clear they're not sold on him as a long-term answer. Otherwise, why grab Geno? So what's the play? The Raiders are sitting pretty with the 6th pick in the draft, but our roster's got holes. Wide receiver, O-line, you name it. Spending that pick on a rookie QB might not be the move. Instead, they could be cooking up something sneakier, and I've got a name that's going to blow your mind. Hold on to your hats, Raider Nation, because this is where the plot thickens. The Las Vegas Raiders might be eyeing Joe Milton 3. Yeah, you heard me right. The backup QB from the New England Patriots. This kid's got a cannon for an arm. They say he can chuck it 80 yards flat-footed. Imagine that in the black and silver. Milton's a raw talent. 6 feet 5 inches, 235 pounds, with the kind of athleticism that makes defenders sweat. He hasn't seen much action in New England behind their starter, which means the Patriots might let him go for the right price. The Raiders still have another 3rd-round pick in their pocket, and that could be the golden ticket to snag this potential superstar. Now, picture this. Geno Smith takes the reins for the next couple of seasons, mentoring Milton under Pete Carroll's system, assuming our coaching staff sticks around. Milton learns the ropes, hones that rocket arm, and steps up when the time's right. It's a masterclass in planning ahead. But is it worth the gamble? All right, fam, let's talk strategy. The Raiders' trade for Geno Smith was a statement. They're not messing around in the AFC West. Facing Mahomes, Herbert, and whoever the Broncos trot out next, we need a QB who can hang. Geno's 66% completion rate last year says he can, but at 33, he's a bridge, not a destination. That's where Joe Milton comes in. This isn't just about today. It's about tomorrow. Milton's highlight reel throws at Tennessee, like that 70-yard bomb against Vanderbilt, show he's got the tools to be a franchise QB. The Raiders could let him sit, soak up knowledge, and avoid the pressure of starting day one. But here's the question, Raider Nation. Should we pull the trigger? A 3rd-round pick for Milton could be a steal, or a bust if he doesn't pan out. What do you think? Go all in on the future, or save that draft capital for a stud receiver to pair with Devontae Adams. Drop your take in the comments. Let's rewind for a sec, fam. The Raiders' QB carousel has been a circus. Aiden O'Connell showed flashes last year, but his 12 TDs against 7 picks didn't scream franchise guy. Bringing in Geno was a power move, no doubt. His veteran savvy could push us toward a winning record in 2025. Still, the clock's ticking. Geno's got maybe 2 prime years left, tops. The Raiders can't afford to wait and see with Aiden. They need a plan, and Joe Milton might be it. He's improving, sure, but his upside's through the roof. Some scouts say he's got Josh Allen vibes with that arm strength. Imagine the storyline. Geno holds a fort, Milton develops in the shadows, and then bam, he steps into the spotlight, launching bombs in Allegiant Stadium. It's the kind of Hollywood script Raiders fans deserve after years of QB purgatory. Are you buying this vision? Raider Nation, let's paint the picture. It's draft night, and the Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock at number 6. The war room's buzzing. Do they grab a top-tier wideout like LSU's Malik Neighbors to give Geno another weapon? It's tempting. Our receiving core needs juice beyond Adams. But wait, what if they stick with that pick, draft a stud, and then flip that extra third rounder for Milton? It's a 2-for-1 special. Shore up the roster now and invest in the future. Milton's not starting anytime soon, so there's no rush. He'd be a project with sky-high potential. Here's the kicker. The Patriots might not even want much for him. He's buried on their depth chart, and a third-round pick could tempt them. The Raiders could pull off a heist, setting up a QB succession plan that'd make Al Davis proud. Does that get your blood pumping? All right, let's get gritty, fam. The AFC West is a meat grinder. Mahomes and the Chiefs are perennial champs. Herbert's a gunslinger, and even the Broncos might figure out eventually. Geno Smith gives us a fighting chance. He's been to playoffs and knows how to win. But longevity's the name of the game. Milton's 4.9-second 40-yard dash and 35-inch vertical scream dual threat. Something the Raiders haven't had since, well, forever. Pair that with his arm, and you've got a QB who could terrorize defenses for a decade. So what's the holdup? Risk. Milton's only got 15 college starts under his belt, and his accuracy's a work in progress. 58% completion at Tennessee. The Raiders will be betting on potential, not polish. Are we ready to roll those dice? Raider Nation? Halfway there, fam. Stay with me. The Raiders front office isn't known for sitting still, and this Geno to Milton pipeline feels like their style. They've got the draft capital, the veteran QB, and the fan base dying for a spark. Milton could be that lightning bolt. Think about it. Geno's steady hand keeps us competitive in 2025. Maybe even a wild card spot if the defense holds up. Meanwhile, Milton's in the lab, learning from a guy who's been doubted his whole career and still came out on top. It's a mentorship made in Raider heaven. But here's the twist. What if Milton's not the guy? The Patriots might be dangling him for a reason. Do we trust our scouts to see the diamond in the rough? Or is this too big a leap? Hit me with your thoughts. I'm dying to hear what you think. Raider Nation, let's dream big. Imagine 2027. Geno's winding down, and Joe Milton steps up, ripping 50-yard lasers to a revamped Raiders offense. The crowd's roaring, the black holes shaking Allegiant Stadium. It's the future we've been starving for since Rich Gannon. The stats back up the hype. Milton's arm strength clocked at 62 miles per hour at the Combine, one of the strongest ever measured. That's not just potential, that's a weapon. With the right coaching, he could turn our offense into a track meet defenses can't keep up with. But dreams don't come free. A third-round pick's no small price, especially with roster gaps at corner and tackle. Should the Raiders double down on QB? Or spread the wealth? I'm torn. Fam, give me your vote in the comments. All right, let's flip the script. What if the Raiders don't go for Milton? They could ride Geno for 2 years, draft a receiver at 6, and hunt for a QB later. It's safer, less risk of a bust, more immediate help for a roster that's been patchwork at best. Problem is, the QB market's a crapshoot. Waiting means gambling on free agency or a weaker draft class down the road. Milton's right there, right for the taking. Raw, sure, but with tools you can't teach. Passing on him could haunt us if he pops off elsewhere. So what's the vibe, Raider Nation? Are we the bold, aggressive franchise that takes the swing? Or do we play conservative and hope Geno's enough? I'm leaning toward the gamble. Tell me if I'm crazy. Raider Nation, let's talk legacy. The Las Vegas Raiders have been searching for the guy since Derek Carr left. Geno's a stopgap, but Milton? He could be the heir apparent, the next name on the jersey we're proud to rep. That's what this move's about, building something lasting. Picture the headlines. Raiders trade for Milton, secure future. It's the kind of move that gets fans buzzing, sells tickets, and puts the NFL on notice. The 6th pick grabs as a star. The 3rd gets a successor. 2 birds, 1 stone. Pure Raider swagger. But it's not a slam dunk. Milton's an experience to bite us. 15 starts ain't much tape to judge. Do we have the patience to develop him, or are we too desperate for wins now? Weigh in, fam. I need your wisdom. Let's zoom out, fam. The Raiders' history is bold moves, trades, relocations, you name it. Snagging Geno was classic Raiders. Adding Milton would be next level. It's a 1-2 punch. Win now, dominate later. That's the vision I'm seeing. The numbers don't lie. Geno's 20 TDs last year kept Seattle in the hunt. Milton's upside could top that in time. Together, they're a bridge to a new era. But only if the front office nails the execution. Trust in GM Dave Ziegler, or nah. What's your gut say, Raider Nation? Is this the master plan to bring us back to glory, or a pipe dream that crashes and burns? Drop your hot takes. I'm all ears. Raider Nation, we're nearing the end game. If the Las Vegas Raiders pull this off, Geno now, Milton later, it's a chess move for the ages. Short-term stability, long-term fireworks, all wrapped in that silver and black grit we live for. But here's the cliffhanger. The Patriots might not bite. If they see Milton as their future, our third-rounders DOA. Or maybe another team swoops in. Imagine the Chargers snagging him just to spite us. The suspense is killing me. So what's the call? Push all in for Milton or pivot to plan B? I'm hyped either way. This is Raiders football, baby. Tell me your prediction in the comments. Let's keep this fire alive. All right, fam, let's bring it home. The Raiders are at a crossroads. Geno Smith's here, but the future's knocking. Joe Milton could be the answer, a third-round swing that turns us from pretenders to contenders. It's high risk, high reward, the Raider way. Visualize it. Milton slinging TDs in 2028, the black hole erupting, the AFC West trembling. It starts with this move, this moment. But we've got to ask, are we ready to bet on potential over proven? Or do we play it safe and regret it later? Your voice matters, Raider Nation. Should the Las Vegas Raiders trade for Joe Milton or hold off? Smash that like button, drop your thoughts below, and subscribe for the latest Raiders news. I'll be back with updates as the saga unfolds. Raider Nation, this is it. The final word. The Las Vegas Raiders are cooking something epic. And whether it's Geno holding it down or Milton rising up, we're in for a ride. This offseason's already electric, and the Joe Milton buzz could take it nuclear. I'm pumped, fam. Geno's a warrior, Milton's a wild card, and together they could rewrite our story. But it's up to the front office to make it happen, and up to us to keep the faith. Are you as fired up as I am for this potential shakeup? Hit that subscribe button, leave your comments, and share this with every Raiders fan you know. We're building something special here. Let's ride this wave together, because the Las Vegas Raiders are coming for it all. Until next time, keep it silver and black.